Hello, this is the 55th lecture in the Semantic SEO course. In this lecture, we will examine the queries a little bit further. Then from there, we will look at the contextual vector one more time, and then we will examine the contextual structure that we have created. From time to time, to be able to create a proper contextual vector, I actually check the queries in a different way. For example, when you look at to the specific query networks that are coming from the rankings of these two URLs, sometimes you can just check the variations of the words and their count inside the queries as well. For instance, when we search for the word actual harm, we see that it appears only probably maybe one time, and the other one is directly inside our structure. And when we search for the risk, for instance, fourth time we are getting, and most probably it is actually 3 or 2, since we also have the word inside our brief as well. And we search for also disadvantage, and it comes more. The reason that actually we have used the word disadvantages and also the risks is that it is coming from these queries because they both appear inside the queries. And the reason that we go with the risk rather than the disadvantages is that it is coming from the nature, or let's say the context and the theme of the verse. The word disadvantage is a proper word for the theme, or let's say for the commercial theme, because products or the services or the clothes might have mostly disadvantages, but when it comes to the health related things, mostly you should go with the word risks. That's why even if people search for disadvantages, we include it, but we prioritize the risk. And the same situation will be happening in different types of content briefs as well. When we search for the word, let's say the baby, it appears only one time, and the infant, it appears a few times. The word cat appears 3 times and a dog appears 4 times. And the reason that actually we use the word pet, should pets drink cold water, it's coming from here. I didn't ask the 2 different questions here, like should dogs drink cold water, should cats drink cold water, etc. These are animals, which means that they are distant from the you, and I don't want to give higher contextual coverage to the animal context in this specific article, and that's why here actually I asked the question just with the word pets as a grouper, and inside the methodology we will be going further or with more details. And when it comes to the word, for instance, warm, 85 times it actually appears. The word hot appears more than 100 times, but still, as you see, just by looking at the queries, I didn't include them that much in this area. I just included it at the end because I wanted to open a new section or a new page for that. One of the reasons for that is if you look at the queries, as you see that these pages don't rank for these queries in a really good way. And the second thing is that the reason that I keep the specific Boolean question content brief short and dense is that it's not a quality note. It's basically just a single question answer page, which means that it can't be a quality note. And if you tell me what a quality note is, it's the web page that we will be actually proving our quality and overall authority compared to the other websites. And quality notes are extremely long and detailed, but when it comes to this type of Boolean question web pages, therefore ranking only for that specific question. That's why I didn't include both of the cold and hot water together in the macro context. I just used the hot water inside my actual supplementary content directly. And when we look at our article methodology here, basically we tell that it's a general introduction part, and the reasons, importance, or the popularity or some other sections directly are added here. In normal conditions, actually, here we can actually add more and more details, but since it's not a quality note, we don't go with that. And when we tell the actual general introduction, basically it's easier to use it because to this point, the authors and the let's say the management of the project, since it has more experience, we don't need to repeat everything with every detail all the time. And for the next one, we talk about risks of the cold water should be given in a paragraph. Again, we use a paragraph, and the parts of the bodies that are affected by the cold water should be given. In this area, we talk about the tooth, heart, or the blood pressure types of contexts, which means that we will need to include these specific phrases. And every body part, or the most important body parts, they will need to be given. And the teeth or the tooth, if we check that too, tooth appears 12 times, teeth appears 7 times as well. And if you look at here too, stomach appears 35 times, but usually the stomach appears together with also with the hot water or the warm water as well. And that's why you will need to differentiate it from that. So checking the number only is not good enough. This is just for using distributional semantics sometimes in a quick way. And when you look at it here, you see that actually we give the format of the answer, then we give further information like does drinking cold water burn calories, for instance. We add one more question, and the person, once they actually add this question, like does it help for lose weight, then we ask one more preceding question and we also answer it. And burning calories is a context term that is related to the actual lose weight. It's like the next step of the losing weight or the reason for losing weight as well. So the article methodology that we created in this area, mostly it's coming from this part and this section. Sometimes we use this type of numeric values and the statistics to be able to shape this part too. And as you see, not just based on that, according to the relevance and according to the topical map or the strategy that we are creating for taking the authority state of the competitors, we try to prioritize certain sections and we always don't include everything inside the macro context. In the next lecture, we will check a few more sections in this area, and then from there we will continue. Thank you.